increase that's slated for next year deferred or not happen?
The July one, that is our standard that would happen at stock removals anyway. We try to be very consistent with all of our clients, so that is happening across the board with our credit card.
You all typically rate $10 orders.
Not quite at that
year.
much. Not quite that much. We've been hit by a good amount of staff inflation. I expect that to smooth out.
Any other questions? Okay, Steve?
Okay, item I-127 is noted, and that's the end of my report.
Carl? Yes,
I
sir.
never finished my comment before you shut me up and went to a vote on stock and leader.
I didn't hear any more questions. We can go back to number 8. Go ahead.
I just want to bring up that since we started this calendar year, we spent $33,433.31 in solicitor fees. From what I understand, we only budgeted $40,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We're spending way too much on solicitor fees. And that's the problem I have with it. Way too much.
Tom, do we still have a number of the amount we pay in solicitor fees? A board member making a right to know request on all the.
Don't even bring that up, because you all gave me one
You don't
email.
want it brought up because it doesn't help the case.
Well, did you bring one up for Janelle's case?
No, well, she never made a right to know request on
She
the rest of
didn't?
the board members.
She didn't?
To try to see if people were gossiping about her. That wasn't the case. Apparently, the total was $9,463.34.
I want a packet on what's going on now. I want a packet on what's going on now, Mr. Lavelle.
But you didn't.
I want a packet on what's going on now.
You discussed with Dan Oplin when you were the board president.
You don't have a clue how to work on the lawyer.
Okay.
But
You don't have a clue. You have not a clue.
Call to order. Your point, both points have been made. To the best of my knowledge, if we had kept Dan, we'd probably been a little different. But, so, that's my, you got chased out. So,
Well, wasn't it left that he can come in and sit down and look it through with you, and that's how?
yes,
And he
yes.
agreed to that?
Yes.
So
We all-
are you-
yeah.
are you not agreeing with that?
I'm not going to pay any more bills that I haven't seen. Fortunately, there's 9 of us up here. Okay, then you all vote for bills you haven't seen. Go for it.
Good, let's vote.
Yep.
All right.
We already voted.
Oh, sorry, I forgot. We've been talking for so long.
And you're the one that said it months ago, Brian, and we all talked as much as we wanted to talk.
Okay. I know.
You want me to re-put that back up?
Sure,
Because now you're picking on me for talking. You said we didn't need the small group rules because everybody was just allowed to talk whatever they wanted. That was your mouth.
There's no reason to raise your voice. No reason to raise your voice.
I'm tired of being attacked by everybody on this board.
Nobody has attacked.
She's doing all the work.
Okay. We're moving on.
No, you're being a smart aleck over there. That's what you're doing.
Director Sullivan.
Brian.
Director Lawyer, please. Next, that's the floor now.
On to the personnel report. Does anyone have any items they wish to be pulled and voted on separately?
And the laughing. Back 40.
Does anyone have any items they wish to be pulled and voted on separately under personnel?
Hearing none.
Okay. In the form of a motion, recommend approval of personnel items A through H.
I've got a motion on the floor to approve items under personnel A through H. Do I have a second?
Second.
Danielle seconds it. Any discussion or any questions on this? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion's carried.
Under curriculum, co-curriculum, and policy. Anyone want these separate? readings?
Yes, I would like to see 1 and 4 pulled, please.
So, in the form of a motion, recommend approval of board policies and procedures 1 through 8.
Okay. I got a motion on the floor to recommend approval of the policies B 1 through 8. Do I have a second? Mary Brennan seconds. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion, and any opposing? Motion carries.
In Genotes 1 and 4,
Yeah.
in the form of motion, recommend approval of items C 2, 3, 5, and 6.
I have a motion on the floor, recommend approval of the comprehensive plan report 2025-2028, 2, 3, 5, and 6.
Give it a second.
Okay. Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The form of motion, recommend approval of the 2025 to 2028 comprehensive.
Got a motion on the floor to approve the 2025-2028 comprehensive plan. Do I have a second?
Second.
Ms. Russell, you raised a question, remember the question first?
So when, this might be for Dr. Behrman or Dr. Mitchell, I'm not sure, we'll go, just making sure, and I apologize for asking these questions now with the distractions the last 2 weeks. I had this written down and I didn't ask, so I'm asking it this evening. This comprehensive plan is what is going to the state, right? These are the state recommendations that we are following, the guidelines for our school district, correct?
Yeah, the comprehensive plan is what we put together in our steering
Yes,
committee and
okay.
board committees to the state that will fulfill that requirement.
Okay. Okay. Because they both seem kind of similar to me. I'll ask the next one. Okay, that's what I needed to know, just that it was state, mandated. Okay.
Do I have any other questions or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
In the form of motion, recommend approval of the 2025 to 2028 academic standards and assessment requirements.
Got a motion on the floor to approve the 2025 through 2028 academic standard and assessment requirement. Do I have a second?
Second, Janelle Ressler.
You have a question?
Yes, I have a couple. Okay.
Question
The first-
first, please.
The first is, how are we watching the progresses of the students or as they progress? So monthly, quarterly, annually, I know we have iReady. Is, so those, we're getting monthly reports. I think you've given 2 reports so far, correct? From,
So it's a little different when you say report, because it's kind of like, so every week I can, and the voting principals as well, can look at usage. So students are to be on 30 plus minutes a week. They mostly try for about 45 minutes a week. So those are weekly. The teachers can then break it down in their classroom by student, and then how many lessons they are passing
okay,
within that time frame.
okay,
The other ones that you're talking about are the diagnostics, and we do 3 diagnostics a year. So one at the beginning of the year, one in January, and then we'll do another one in May.
okay, all right. I think that's good.
Okay.
The next is, I know we have a plan here, I'm looking over it, I didn't see anything where, how are we, I guess checking it, I guess maybe piggyback on iReady, but we are able to piggyback on that and see how the students are progressing, period. So we'll get the report in the fall, and like the winter, and then the spring, to see how they're moving forward.
As far as,
As
like,
far as
the
growing,
growth in
how they're
iReady,
growing.
yeah.
Okay. Next question, and again, I apologize. Have we looked into other schools, and I know that you did state at our CCMP meeting that I think it was school in Pittsburgh, that are doing well, their scores are, their students are doing great, they're growing. Have we been in touch with them maybe to see that they can maybe give us some guidance on what they're doing that we could be doing as well?
So I have some emails out to some of those schools, but I also have 2 school visits already set up. One is the 27th of this month, and the other one is the 31st.
Okay.
So Mr. Moran and I will be going to visit 2 schools here yet this month. And we will continue to do that.
Okay, thank you. And then I guess, or maybe this is Dr. Bickle, what is your plan moving forward to improve our guidelines? I know we have this here, but going forward. Again, I'm not really seeing that in this report. Maybe we weren't, we're still working on that.
No, last year, and I've talked with Dr. Berryman about this, last year, this board approved the curriculum revision handbook, which spells out a 4-year plan to ensure that A, we're meeting the state standards that are provided. B, that we're instructing our students as they should be instructed, that we're progress monitoring with common assessments to make sure that all of our students are receiving the same assessments, and fourth year reviewing for implementation of new innovative practices or innovative curriculum needs that we have. So it's a 4-year cycle to ensure that our curriculum is not stale, is always being reviewed, is making sure that our students are matching what statements, what standards are provided that we establish to be true, and then always revising and refreshing that curriculum in the upcoming year. So it is a continuous cycle for improvement. That was a revision handbook that was approved by this board back while I sat in Dr. Berry.
Okay.
And we can always share that out again.
Sure.
With this board. I can either email it out with permission or have it in it.
Okay. I'm fine with doing minutes for being this on, no problem. And I just wanted to piggyback that. I'm glad to hear, like, I know it's not really a question, Dr. Becker sharing what he shared tonight with them for, that's awesome. One more. Do we have money in our budget to, so I'm kind of piggybacking, moving forward on our curriculum?
That is one of the things that we are working to prioritize. That's one of the, and the board, and in my superintendent's report, I talked about what this board shared with me was first, making sure that we can recruit, retain, and develop quality staff. 2, enhance and improve the programs that we provide for our students. Those are the top 2 priorities that this board said to me very loud and clear during interview processes and since. That matches our 3 board goals that we have in the area of improving for our students. So, yeah, we're going to make sure that we do those things and provide for our students.
And if I could just off of that too, as you heard them talk about today, needs and service based is where we prioritize that work on the curriculum and moving it forward.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Well,
Anything else?
All questions been asked and answered? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Brian?
Nothing new. There's some developments that I cannot report out yet, but will next month. All right, we can get.
Okay. Thank you. Nick?
Nothing to report from the SBA.
Everybody got their little LIU packet, a lot of resignations, a lot of hires, a lot of stuff there. Please read them.
Did it ever get better when I won the award?
What, LIU?
Yeah.
Ever since D left, it's gone down.
It was bad, and they should probably.
Dr.
Well,
Miss-
assuming the staffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
always.
was a leadership issue, they never changed.
They did get a new superintendent this year. All right, Dr. Mitchell.
well, thank you. I've already shared about the Connect Challenge and what we've done at ACES with STEM programming. I'd also like to share that I have been meeting with Mrs. Mumbert, and I plan on meeting further with administration to prepare a community survey to collect information from parents, staff, teachers, all the constituents of the area, to try to make sure that we are reviewing and meeting our mission to invest in collaborative experiences that inspire and nurture personal growth for our students, and to make sure that we are building a foundation, building a solid foundation that prepares all of our students for life and career success. So that survey is scheduled and hopefully will come out by the beginning of April. That's my goal. If not, it will definitely be by the end of April. I also like to share, I got this from the high school and from NAMS, and unfortunately ACES didn't have this data, but I would like to share that through the first half of the school year, about approximately 50% of our high school students made the honor roll, either distinguished, meritorious, or the honor roll just in general. And I would like to say and congratulate NAMS, because NAMS students, nearly 75% of the NAMS student body has achieved honor roll status, either blue or gold, in the first and second quarter. So really some amazing things that are going on at the high school and our middle school. I would also like to share that as the temperatures slowly improve, our students like to get outside, they get a little itchy, a little antsy, and sometimes behaviors take place. What I would like to say is that about this time last year, I shared behavior information what we expect our students to be able to do, taking a look at behavior referrals that we receive. ACEs has stayed about the same with our behavior that we expect, and 98% of our students meet that goal of what it is that we expect from them. About 1% needed a little more help, some strategic intervention, and 0% required any other future or forward Tier 3 level support. MAMS, I would say MAMS has done the best job this year in improvement of behavior. MAMS has seen the most improvement, going to 81% of our students at MAMS are at Tier 1. They meet our goal. That's an increase from last year, from about 67% that we had last year. And I owe a lot to that to Mrs. Golden and Ms. Glass for implementing some of the activities in the reward program that they do. We have 11% at MAMS that are in Tier 2 that need a little targeted or strategic support, and that is approximately half of what it was last year. And in Tier 3, it is down to about 8%, which is about half of what it was last year. So kudos to the Maple Avenue Middle School staff and students for doing what's expected and continuing that growth. And our high school has seen the second most improvement, with 95% of our students meeting Tier 1 expectations and 2% at both Tiers 2 and 3 that need a little bit more. So commendations to all the staff, students, teachers, administration for all of their work that they've done for that. And that ends my report. Oh. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I would like to at this time invite, we did, as was noted here with some questions before, we do have our attorney present with us this evening, so there were some questions from board members regarding what Dave does, what Stockton Leader has done, some representation that he's provided. So I would ask anybody on the board, or I would even ask Dave to be able to share or answer any questions that the board might have at this point for his representation of Littlestown, the board, or any individual.
Dave, I have a question.
Absolutely.
Have you, at any time since I've sat on the school board, represented me personally to Stockton Leader?
No.
So any of these bills that people are looking at will not see my name attached, or that I'm being accused of, will not see my name attached, because I have not had a personal conversation with you about anything.
Well, I'll be even more clear with that. With any of our clients, we do not represent board members in the room.
Anybody else have any
Thank you.
questions?
No, but I have a comment on Dr. Superintendent.
Sure.
The 75% of MAMs are blue or gold color.
Both together, 75% together, blue and gold.
Because I remember a year or so ago, you were saying that when our students go up to the high school, 8th graders go up to high school with algebra, they're fine. But when they take the exams, it does. So do we just have an exam taking issue? I mean, because it sounds like our students are good students, but we just don't take the exams well. Because when we get these bad scores, it looks like our students aren't learning at all, and that's not the case at all.
Correct.
And I don't think that people understand that.
And certainly it's part of a larger context, right?
Right. So that was very nice to hear.
Yes.
Anything else? Thank you, Dave. FMX report is in the packet. Monthly enrollment report, as noted. New business, following this meeting, the board's going to go into executive session to discuss the real estate matter. Do I have any other new business? All right, I'll take a motion for adjournment.
Second.
All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. Thank you.
My personal opinion is that, once you get into yes, a lot of other math.
elementary school are not. So it's not fair. Oh, like they're doing a little outside. No, we were saying it.
Oh, oh.
High school.